Shalom, this is Rabbi Mark Angel at the Institute for Jewish Ideas and Ideals, jewishideas.org. The Jewish Institute, our Institute for Jewish Ideas, stands for an orthodoxy which is intellectually vibrant, compassionate, and inclusive. We're glad that you joined us on our YouTube channel, and if you have questions that you'd like to ask, please send them to me, mdangel@jewishideas.org. The question that we received actually from multiple people relates to the question of tseniut. In particular, are women allowed, according to Halakha, to wear pants? It's an interesting question, and it becomes relevant today, where in the more Haredi circles, wearing pants it becomes a sign of not religiosity among Orthodox women. In fact, there was a case in Israel not too long ago where a certain young lady applied to become a gioret, a convert, and she came to the Bet Din, and she was very, very good. She was observant, she was knowledgeable, but she served in Sahal, in the Israel Defense Forces, and she was asked if she wears pants as part of the uniform, and she said yes. And then they said, in that case, you're not allowed to convert because you're not religious enough. This is a tragic misuse of halakha and a misapplication of halakha, and certainly very cruel to this woman. In fact, according to halakha, a woman could wear pants, not a problem. The question is what kind of pants? The same kind of question that would be asked about dresses or jumpers or skirts, etc. So let's just step back a moment and figure out what it is that the issue involved is. Namely, tseniut, modesty, means that we should dress, both men and women, should dress in a fashion which is appropriate, clean, neat, and which does not serve to be provocative in a sexual kind of way. In other words, as long as a person is dressed neatly and nicely and does not attempt to be provocative, this is within the range of tseniut. If a person, on the other hand, wears clothing which are specifically geared to be provocative or to show out parts of the body which are not to be shown off in a modest way, if a person is modest, then this is not appropriate. So let's look at pants. There are very many pants suits that women wear which are very modest and very nice. In fact, much more modest than long skirts which are worn too tightly and which show every curve and nook and cranny of a woman's body. The pantsuit or loose-fitting pair of pants can be very, very modest and very appropriate. The problem arises if women wear pants which are too tight, which are spandex, which show every curve and every vein in the woman's body. This, of course, is not appropriate. One should not wear clothing which is too tight, which is too short, which is too worn too low, or which is worn in such a fashion that highlights one's sexuality. If one wears loose-fitting pants, a woman wears loose-fitting pants, this would be perfectly appropriate. So let's go to the bottom line. Men and women are obligated in the laws of tseniut, in modesty. Men and women should dress in a fashion which is neat, nice, and appropriate. And men and women should not wear clothing which is not fitting properly, which is too tight, which is provocative, which is meant to attract the sexual attention of others. If one just simply dresses nicely and appropriately, this does fit within the category of tseniut. And going back to our first case, in the case of a woman who served in Sahal, if the uniform is to wear pants, and the pants in that Sahal are, in effect, baggy military pants, this is certainly not against halakha and certainly not a violation of the laws of tseniut. I hope this has been helpful to you. Thank you for tuning in, and please, again, if you have questions on any topic, we'll try to answer them. Our address for questions is mdangel@jewishideas.org. Thanks again, chazak, and all good wishes.